Yields.
Reserve.
Gentleman from South Carolina reserves. The gentleman from New Jersey is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield 2 minutes now to a member of our committee, the gentlewoman from California, Ms. Barragán.
The gentlewoman from California is recognized.
Thank you, Ranking Member Pallone. We want to talk about gifts to Putin. Which party is preventing any aid going to Ukraine to fight Putin and Russia? Don't come up here and talk about the hypocrisy of who's giving a gift to Putin, because it is your party, the Republican Party, that is doing that. Today I rise in opposition to H.R. 7176, which would strip away the Department of Energy's ability to examine the full impacts of liquefied natural gas export projects on our climate, consumer energy costs, and communities. LNG exports are an environmental injustice and a climate disaster. They pollute minority and low-income communities along the Gulf Coast. We have heard directly from communities in these regions that they do not want any LNG facilities to be built in their backyards. Rochetta Ozane, a mother of 6 in Sulphur, Louisiana, is surrounded by oil and gas infrastructure, including 3 LNG export facilities. She has said, and I quote, "Our air smells like rotten eggs. There's constant flaring. It sounds like trains are coming back and forth. I have 2 children who suffer with asthma. I have children who suffer with other respiratory and skin conditions. There are several families who are dealing with the same thing," end quote. For far too long, her community's voice has been ignored as these LNG export facilities were built. I commend the Biden administration for taking an important step to pause the consideration of new permits for LNG export terminals. It gives us a chance to make sure that people like Rochetta have a voice. The Republican bill in front of us is an attempt to silence communities overwhelmed by pollution. It forces the federal government to ignore what's in the public interest and instead blindly approve LNG export projects to create profits for the fossil fuel industry. I urge my Democratic colleagues to oppose this bill and stand up for our consumers, our climate, and the health of our communities. I yield back.
The gentlewoman from California yields. The gentleman from New Jersey reserves. The gentleman from South